What's going on, everyone? Happy Father's Day to everyone. Hopefully, everyone is staying safe and healthy. And if you had to take a COVID test, hopefully you tested negative. It's a Sunday, which means we are doing the weekly wastewater update for Sunday, June 18th, 2023. Taking a look here at the various wastewater regions here on BioBot, and you can see there's four of them. West Coast is remaining flat. The change that we see is in the northeast, this golden yellowish color, which you see here on the chart. It is starting to rise in the northeast, and that is a concern. If we take a look at the southeast states, surprisingly, it's showing up here that the southeast is dropping, but as you know, we've been watching some sites in the southeast that have been starting to rise. Great Lakes, it's flat to slightly starting to rise now, so that is of a concern. Let's take a look at the various different wastewater sites around the country. First thing that we're going to do is go through the color codes here. Any site in white, that's a new site. It's 131 of them. Darkish blue, 0 through 19% COVID detected. There's 729 of them. The slightly lighter color of blue is 20% to 39% COVID detected. There's 350 of them. Then you come down here to 40 to 59% COVID detected. There's 105 of them. That's in the really light blue color. Then you come to orange, which is moderate to high. 60% to 79% COVID detected. There's 23 of them. 80% to 100%, that's the red color. There are 4 sites, and we will take a look at all 4 of those sites. So we're going to start off in the northeast. Full disclaimer here, a lot of these sites, it's the first time I'm seeing them myself, just as you are, because remember, I'm still away here. I'm not at home, my big computer screen in my office, looking at all the data like I would day in, day out. Regular pandemic updates are going to return probably on Tuesday. I'm going home tomorrow. I don't know that I'll get one out tomorrow. If not, they'll return on Tuesday, at least for the next 2 weeks. Then my next trip comes. But hey, guess what? That trip, you're all coming along with me as well. And we're actually going to do a couple special, maybe some nature videos on that trip as well. Anywho, taking a look here in Maine. We always do start in Maine. Taking a look here in, I guess this is central Maine. 60,000 at this wastewater site. It is starting to drop. And we're just going to quickly go through wastewater sites. We're not going to get through every site on the map. We may even miss a state or two, but we're just going to go through as many sites as we can within our 15-minute period. Cumberland County, Maine, 65,000 at this watershed. It is dropping there. That's good to see, and it's at low levels. Let's go take a look over in Carroll County, New Hampshire. 25,000 at this watershed. It is starting to drop. We do see up here, this is like near Mount Washington, and 10,000 at this watershed, moderate, and it is rising, and I think that's the same level we saw last week. I seem to recall seeing that number last week. Let's go over to Chittenden, Vermont. That is where Burlington is. It's starting to rise there, and it is at low levels, but it could go to the next shade, lighter shade of blue if that continues. Upstate New York, Clinton County, 5,532 people at this watershed, and it is flat at this time. We do want to check the Saratoga area. Here's Washington. That's slightly starting to drop. We need to find the Saratoga one. Here it is, 152,482 people at this. It dropped, then it had a sharp, brief rise, and now it's flat again. What an unusual looking chart there. Continuing our way down, Columbia County, 6,374 people at this watershed, slightly rising. Here's one of the red sites, Allegheny County, New York, 4,155 people, very small wastewatershed, but it is starting to rapidly rise. Then we come over here, here's another one of the red sites, Erie County, New York, only 20,890 people. It is rapidly rising. That's not good. And there are some bigger wastewater sites in Erie County. I'm trying to find them here. As you can see here, Niagara County is slightly starting to rise. Here we go. 431,141 people at this Erie County site. And it is steady to maybe slightly rising after a brief drop. Wayne County starting to rise. We do want to get to New York City. This is very important. The good news is a lot of those sites that were rising, here's Kings. This is a big one. 1 million people. It is starting to drop now. That's good to see. How about this one? Another one in Kings, 192,000. Starting to drop. So a lot of the sites in New York City As you can see, we're just going along here. Here's Queens, 728,000, dropping. There's another one dropping. So this one in Bronx is slightly rising still. How about the other one? This is also Queens, okay? 410,000 people, slightly dropping. That's good to see. Whoa, Richmond on Staten Island, still going up rapidly. Wow. This other one on Richmond, which is a bigger wastewater site, this one's dropping slightly. And now there's a big site that we want to see, but I don't know that it's updated. Okay, it has 1.3 million, Essex County and Union County, New Jersey. And look at this, dropping. That's good to see. But we do have some moderate wastewater sites. Somerset County, New Jersey, just started reporting again. 130,000 people. It is at moderate, so like if you're down near the Princeton area, I don't know that includes that because I think Princeton's in Mercer County. But yep, that's starting to rise. Monmouth County, it's just flat at this time. Doesn't update very often. Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, slightly starting to drop at the various sites there. That's good to see. Here's one that is rising. Still don't have Philadelphia. And where I'm at today, in Center County, it's not on the map again. Don't know why they took it off there. And let's check our one DC site. Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. 1.6 million people at the site, and it is dropping. That's good to see. How about some Ohio wastewater sites? Richland County, Ohio. 52,000 people at this wastewater site. Flattened out and may start to rise soon. I believe we have Franklin County here somewhere. There's Union. Union is dropping. Franklin County is at low to near moderate. 645,000 people at this watershed, and it is dropping at this time. Hamilton County, Ohio. 83,000 people. It's near Cincinnati. That is starting to rise. That's not good to see. Up by Cleveland. Here's one that's 313,000 people, starting to drop. Here's another one, 524,000 people, starting to rise. That's not good to see. We see that there's a moderate site here in Michigan, in Eaton County. 32,000 people at this watershed, and it is dropping. How about we come over here to Cook County? Here's one of Cook County. There's one that's much bigger. I believe this is the moderate one. 24,099. It was zigzagging upward. Maybe it's still zigzagging. It's one of those ones that has this goofy looking chart. We want to find a bigger wastewater site in Cook County. Here it is. 1.1 million people. That's in Chicago, folks. And it is dropping. That's good to see. And it's at low levels right now. Here's another one in that area, Cook County. This one, let's see here. Is this another big wastewater site there? I didn't know there were two sites over 1 million. This one is slightly rising. So there's two wastewater sites over 1 million in the Chicago metro area. The northern one is rising at this time. And let's go west a little bit, shall we? And we go west, 217,000 people at this site. And it is steady to mainly, perhaps, rising pretty soon. How about rural Illinois? What's going on there? Christian County, 12,633 people in this wastewater shed, and it is starting to drop. That's good. Then we come over here to Marion County, Indiana. This is near Indianapolis. 800,000 people at this watershed, and it is starting to rise. That's not good to see. How about Kentucky? Here's one here, Estill County, 5,000 people there, and it is dropping. Then we come over here to North Carolina, Davison, Gulford, 116,000 people, and it is starting to drop at this time. Then we come down to near Union County, 17,000 people, moderate, but rapidly dropping. That's not going to stay moderate much longer if it continues dropping at that rate. Continuing our tour here, let's go into South Carolina, shall we? And as we can see here in South Carolina, for the most part, things are not doing too bad. Relatively flat along the coastal areas. Georgetown here, this is concerning. 30,000 people, and look at this. It's starting to rise. We do have this moderate site, which was once a high site in Beaufort. 20,000 people, and it's continuing to drop. I don't think that's going to be moderate much longer. How about Metro Atlanta? Let's see what's going on there. In Atlanta metro area, we do see Cobb County is starting to rise, 190,000 people at that wastewater site. Fulton County is flat, and let's go a little bit more north in Atlanta metro. Another Fulton County, which is flat, and yeah, for the most part, Atlanta is not doing well right now. Here is one in Cobb County where it's rising. and we go north again. And this one is rising a little faster. It's near moderate already. It definitely will be moderate next week. And let's check Florida. What's going on in Florida? Orange County. After a small rise, at least at this site, it's starting to drop. Another Orange County starting to drop. Another one which is flat. So it kind of does give us reason as to why we're seeing the biobots say that, hey, it is dropping in this area. Then we come over to Sarasota. Sarasota is starting to rise ever so slightly. Now we come down to the Miami area, and let's see what's going on here. There's some big sites here. Miami-Dade, 776,000 people, and it is rising. It's already approaching moderate levels. And here's another Miami-Dade, 829,000 people, rapidly rising. I think this one's just going to rapidly go to moderate at this point. Let's take a look at New Orleans area. Can we get a wastewater site there? Here's one, 389,000 people. It is starting to rise. Now let's take a look at a red site in Texas. Dallas, 22,191 people. It's a smaller site, and it is rapidly rising, even though it's already at high. That's not good to see. And here's another Dallas, really small, 9,000 people. And here's one, 900,000 people. And at this point in time, it's low and dropping. So Dallas, it's mixed signals at this time. But the key takeaway is the big site there is dropping. Harris, starting to drop. It's at low levels. And there are several Harris County sites. Some are bigger than others. Some of them are low to near moderate. Galveston is at 89,600 people. That is dropping. And let's do one more in Texas before we make our way out to the west. Travis County, 500,000 people. Low, but dropping. And let's come up here to Oklahoma. We see a red site here. Beckham County, 11,500. I don't think we've ever clicked on this site. It's one of the newer sites. 11,500. It's red and rapidly rising. Then we come up here to do a couple of Colorado, shall we? In Colorado, we see that Weld County, 83,000 people. It is low and dropping at this time. Then we come out here to Summit, 35,643, dropping. Utah, not looking too bad here, from what I can see. Yeah, just as we click on here, multiple different sites, they're holding steady at low levels. That one's actually even dropping even more. Now we come down here to near LA. Here's Orange County, 1.8 million people, and dropping. It's at low to near moderate, but key takeaway, it is dropping. And we're trying to find the LA site here. If we don't get it, that's okay. Here it is, 4 million people at the LA site. And as always, it's flat. I don't think it updates all that frequently. We come up into the Bay Area, not doing too bad. We see a lot of sites that are listed as low to near moderate, you know, the lighter shade of blue, but we're not seeing any big rises at this time. And again, a reminder, a lot of these sites do not update all that frequently. Let's do two more. Here's one in Lane County, Oregon. It's moderate, it's rapidly rising, it's about to turn red. And finally, we'll end today on this one up here in Washington, which is coming up as moderate. And 21,761 people at this watershed. And it is rapidly rising. Alrighty, folks. That does it for this week's wastewater update. If I didn't get to your state, your community, your town, your wastewater site, I apologize. I can only get to so many at a time. Again, we're only doing just a 15-minute video here. I don't even think we reached 15 minutes, but pandemic updates. They will resume at their normally scheduled time frame in the afternoon on Tuesday. And we may do something tomorrow. I think we may do another one of those vlog-type videos tomorrow where we just have a general discussion. And until I see you again on Tuesday, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel down below. Until I see you all again next time, thanks for watching, and stay safe, everyone.